Excuse my hair, I have this braid situation happening here, and no, that's not a bald spot, that's where my natural part is. Did you know my grandma actually asked me once if I was balding right there, and I was like, are you serious right now? Hey guys, today, I just turned Australian for a second there. Today I have my June favorites. We are officially more than halfway through the friggin' year. I'm really excited about the products today because they are all drugstore apart from one product, and I would say two are in the mid-range zone, but they're at drugstore prices, I would say. So anyway, let's get started. First product is the CoverGirl Outlast All Day Stay Fabulous. I don't feel that this was the original name, but it's the 3-in-1 foundation that came out several years ago. You guys know I've raved about this if you've been watching my channel for a while. This was like my #1 foundation and still is. After I finished up my last bottle though, I wanted to take a break and work through all my other foundations that I had sitting in my collection, but I really didn't go very long without it because I was really missing it. I love this stuff because it wears really well. I don't need a primer with it. It has SPF 20. It just melts into my skin very naturally. I don't have problems with it breaking up. I just love this foundation. It works for me year-round, which is great as well. It's amazing. I would recommend it to anybody. I have the shade Buff Beige 825, so go get you some. Next we have the one high-end product of the video. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. Now this was the top of the pyramid, and then Tarte Shape Tape came and knocked it the heck down. I haven't used this in months, like to the point where I think this is probably expired, but we're gonna skip right on by that. I have the shade Light Warm, so you can probably tell that this is a lot lighter than my skin tone, but what I love to use this for, as you can probably guess, is to brighten the under eye area after I've already concealed my dark circles, and I just freaking love the formula of this. It's super lightweight, it blends flawlessly, but the thing that I love most about this in comparison to the Tarte Shape Tape is this does not dry out my under eyes. The Tarte Shape Tape does. I have to use a sponge, like there's no way I could use just a brush with it because it will full on just be like shrivelly under eye area that I didn't even know I had, so that's always great. I definitely recommend this. I'm really considering getting this in my actual skin tone color because I would like to see how it performs on like redness or discoloration or blemishes and stuff like that, because the only thing I really use this for is just to highlight my face. So I do really recommend this though. I think it's amazing. Next we have another drugstore product. This is from Rimmel. They did send this to me. I tried it in my Get Ready With Me video where I was trying a bunch of new products. This is the Insta Fix and Matte Translucent Powder, and it's a really cute design, just powder in general, because it has all these little hashtags embedded in it. Now, with a lot of translucent powders, you have to be careful because you never know if they're going to leave like a white cast if you use too much, but I have never had that problem with this. And it just does what it says it's gonna do. It mattifies the skin. I don't have a problem dusting this very lightly over the rest of my face that I wouldn't consider needing to be mattified. I will say though that this product is fragranced. I don't know if it's like a floral. I like the scent. It's not offensive in any way. I think it's really pleasant actually, but if you're sensitive to scents, I would just be wary of that. Next we have another Rimmel product. This is one of their little blushes. I don't think this is available here, but I'm not sure. The only reason I got this is because of Kathleen Lights, and she had talked about it. I think she got hers on Amazon. This is the Lasting Finish Soft Color Blush in this shade Santa Rose or Santa Rose. This is the blush that I'm wearing today. It is just the prettiest flush. It's like a very nude blush. It's got some peachiness, a little bit of pink in there as well. It's definitely on the warmer side. It makes my skin look very healthy, and I think it goes with any kind of eye look that you want to do. So I would definitely recommend checking this out if you can get your hands on it. Even though it's really little, I've used this a ton, guys. Like I haven't even hit pan, so a little bit does go a long way even though it's a lighter blush, so I don't really know how that works, but I'm not complaining. Another product I used in my Get Ready With Me video, and the product I use with this blush, is this brush. This is the Real Techniques Point L brush, and I explained in that video, I guess it's like a collection of brushes that are all shaped this way, so kind of that come to this tapered tip, but they're all different sizes, and so they're intended for different parts of the face. I really love this brush for blush, and I've also, oh my gosh, I feel like Dr. Seuss. But I also really like this for bronzer, which is what I used it for in that video. But it's a great multi-purpose brush, and what's cool about it is the design. So you can get the precise application. So with that tip, you can apply it like right where you want it, but then the rest of it blends it out kind of around it. It's just a very smart design. I think others have probably thought of it, but I'm happy to experience it with this brush, so I really do recommend this. Next up, I have a highlight. It wouldn't be a favorites video without one. This is the Wet n Wild MegaGlo highlighting powder in the shade Precious Petals. I know I'm a little late on the bandwagon here, but this, I believe, became permanent once it was super well received as a limited edition product. So I did pick this up. This is the lighter of the two shades, and honestly, the first couple times I tried it, I was really underwhelmed. In fact, I was probably gonna include this in like a products I regret buying or like a don't believe the hype type of video, and here it is in a favorites. Now, what changed my mind about this is I used it with a different brush. For some reason, my regular highlighting brush, the Real Techniques setting brush, I think it is, could not pick up this product. I don't know what the deal was. So I did buy the e.l.f. highlighting brush, which is a little bit denser and it's a little bit bigger. And for some reason, it works with this. I don't really know what this highlighter's problem was. But I am wearing it today. It does look like it could be a little bit dark for my skin, but I am someone who I don't like to wear highlights that are typically, I guess, marketed for a lighter skin tone. I don't like the super pearly shades or anything really white. I like a warmer highlight, usually around the champagnes or the golds or something like a little bit closer to my skin tone, just because I like a highlight that when you turn your face you see it and you don't really need to see it any other time, if that makes any sense. So I do think this works for me. If you are on the fairer side, you could also use this for a light blush topper if you wanted to, but yeah, so there's that. Next, I have a skincare product. This is a repurchase. It's the Body Shop's Tea Tree Oil. Now, I still have my Lush Grease Lightening Spot Treatment. The reason that I like this more is because I can put this on and I can put anything on top of it as far as like makeup goes, whereas because the Grease Lightening is a gel, even when it dries, either it'll show up under the makeup or it'll start to like peel, because like I said, it's a gel and it doesn't really fully ever sink into the skin. It just kind of hangs out on top of any kind of blemish you have. At least for me, that's how it works. So I do like this because there's no like residue that it leaves behind. The one thing I will say is if you have not smelled tea tree oil before, it is a very strong scent. I personally think it's quite unpleasant, but it's worth the results, I think, so just take that all with a grain of salt. Next, I have a body product from the Body Shop that smells fantastic, and I'm so glad that they brought it back. This is the Body Shop Body Butter in Vineyard Peach. I have talked about this a lot, and I've shown it a lot, and they brought it back, and I love this. It smells so good, guys. It smells like a peach, and peach is like my favorite scent. It smells like my favorite thing. Oh, it smells so good. And I do feel like, I don't know if they changed the formula at all, but I do think that this one, I feel, what am I trying to say? I think it's gotten more moisturizing than it was before, and it's always been moisturizing. It is a good body butter, but I do feel like if they kind of kicked it up a notch. I could be imagining that in my mind just because I like it so much, but this is great. Wait till it's on sale though, or wait till there's some kind of deal, because there's always some kind of deal. Don't pay the full, I think it's $21 for this. You can usually get it for like 10 or 12. And lastly, I have the e.l.f. Brush Cleanser Wipes here. Now, I did receive these in a PR package a while ago and just recently got around to trying them, and these are pretty freaking cool and very effective. So they are these little wipes that you use to cleanse your brushes, as the name suggests. Now, I haven't used these with face brushes, only eye brushes so far, but depending on how dirty your brushes are, you can use one wipe for multiple ones. So at most, I think I've used one wipe for 3 eye brushes, which I think is pretty good. They cleanse your brushes really thoroughly, but you don't have to rinse them afterwards or anything. They dry pretty quickly, and even though the wipe itself feels a little bit oily, they don't leave any kind of residue on your brushes, which I think is really great. But if you are like a working makeup artist and need to switch between colors really quickly, or if you're just lazy like I am and don't want to wash your brushes constantly, this is a quick way to do it. And I really like these. I think they work really well. I have one fashion favorite this month that I had to give a shout out to. This I did get during the Victoria's Secret semi-annual sale, which I think is still going on. I think. This is one of their, I think it's a quarter snap on the website is what they call it, quarter snap like pullover, and I just love this, and it's screwing up my lighting though, don't love that. But I've been wearing this so much since I bought it, it's not even funny. Like to the point where I want to wear it like every day, and I have to think about, did I wear this yesterday? Did someone see me wearing it yesterday? I can wear it out to the grocery store, I can wear it out anywhere, I can wear it lounging around the house. It's just so comfortable and I just love it. I wish I had it in every color imaginable because it is really great. I honestly love this thing, so I had to mention it. One jewelry favorite is this choker here from SheIn that I wore in my last SheIn haul as well, I believe. And I just love this. It's super effortless. You just stick it on like that. I wouldn't wear it with this particular outfit, but I've been stopping myself from wearing it like too much because I do have a habit of doing that. But this is great. I love it. It adds a little bit of edge and some light and, you know, shine to any kind of outfit, and I just really thoroughly enjoy this. So there's that. And lastly, I have two snack favorites, both from TraderJoe's. Now this first one I regret opening because now the smell is like all up in my grill. But it is the popcorn in a pickle. Now I had seen several reviews of this, and honestly I was just so curious about it because it's not something that I'm like, hey, you know what we need? We need pickle flavored popcorn, guys. Top of the list. But it says boldly flavored popcorn with the bite and tang of dill pickles. Let me just say, if you don't like pickles, you will not like this pickle popcorn. It is so dead on. Like, you think there's no way they can make popcorn taste like, no, they did. Right here. And lastly is a snack that reminds me of both kindergarten and college, which I feel like that could be said about a lot of things. Personal hygiene, manners. They are these organic animal crackers, and the ones I remember from kindergarten, I'm sure you guys also have these. They're the ones that come in like that big plastic bear container with like the lid on the top. Please tell me you guys had those too. But these are basically the same crackers. I don't really sense any kind of difference, but I remember so vividly sitting at like our teeny tiny tables and our teeny tiny chairs, because we were teeny tiny, so it's all to scale, and each getting a napkin from the teacher, and then we would each get some animal crackers, and we would all talk about which animals we got, and they were always these types of animal crackers. And so they remind me of kindergarten, and the reason they remind me of college too is I would get to that, don't worry. When I was in college, I used to get these ones from TraderJoe's and snack on these like in my dorm and when I was studying and stuff like that. So that's why these also remind me of college. So, you know, there we go. Full circle. These are yummy. My mom thinks they're dry, which I guess they kind of are, but I like them. So, okay. Alright, so I think that about wraps it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up because I am learning that actually matters. I've been a YouTuber for how many years? 7. Tomorrow will be 7 years. Just now realizing that. Wow. 7 years! I'm so old. Thank you guys so much for everything, but I am still learning things, even though it's been years and years and years, but thank you for sticking with me. Yeah, I guess that's it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!